Hi guys, how's it going? This is going to be a general reading for Sagittarius, fire sign Sagittarius, the Archer, for November 9th through November 23rd. And after the 21st or 22nd, we kind of get into Sagittarius season. So I'll say happy early birthday for all of you Sagittariuses out there. But yeah, whenever you tune in and see this day or night, I hope you're having a good time so far. So we're going to get into your reading here in just a moment. I've shuffled and pulled all of your cards. I just want to go over a couple notes here real quickly. So it is a general reading, right? So you can cover anything. Love, friends here. One second. My stuff is okay. A little windy, but we got it. All right. So I was saying the general reading can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And it is also a timeless reading. So for some of you guys, it could resonate 6 months in the past, 6 months in the future, a year in the future, a year in the past. It really depends. Okay. It could also be days, weeks, hours, minutes, seconds, etc. All right. And also, even if you're not a Sun Sagittarius or Rising Sagittarius or Moon Sagittarius, or even have your Venus in Sagittarius, there may still be some messages here for you in this reading, as we all have all 12 zodiac signs throughout our chart. So that's why I always encourage everyone, if you haven't already, to get a free birth chart online to find out your other placements. So depending on what's going on in your life, you could resonate more with your rising sign or your moon sign or your sun sign or other placements. Okay, so it's always good to check that out if you haven't already. And also to note, if you are new, of course, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back too. I do take one photo at the end of all the cards, and then I will be posting that on my Facebook page. So if that's something you want to check out while you watch or listen, or even just look at it at a later time, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there on how to get the picture. What else? I think that's everything. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into reading here, Sagittarius. And I think I've mentioned before, but yeah, I'm a sun sign Sagittarius, so I'm like, hold a special place in my heart. But yeah, so we're going to start with your first main 6 cards in the center, and then work outwards and talk about your tarot confirmation cards with another deck, and then also talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck for you to get even more insight. And then at the very end, we have a couple oracle cards for you as well. All right, so we'll go ahead and talk about the first and second row here, okay? So that first row in the main 6 is energy starting around November 9th, okay? It could be a little bit before, a little bit after, it's not exact. And then going through the rest of the week that we're in now and the upcoming weekend. And then the second row is the second week and weekend till about November 23rd or so. So it's a 2-week kind of time period that we're initially talking about. But again, it could be months, years, weeks, minutes, hours, seconds, before, after. All right. So keep that in mind. And one more other thing real quickly too, if this isn't your energy, it could be the energy of the person or people you're dealing with, or your general environment situation, but that's why I always tell you to check your other placements as well. So never force it if it doesn't fit, right? Okay. So let's call out your cards here in the main 6. You have the Sun in the right side up position, the 5 of Cups right side up, the 5 of Staves right side up, the Moon right side up, 9 of Staves right side up, and Ace of Sacred Circles right side up. All right, so I also want to call out, I think I forgot to do this in the last reading, but maybe I'll make a note of it later under the photo for Capricorn, right? But some of the, zodiac signs I do see in your reading here in regards to the major arcana is you have Leo energy, you also have Pisces energy, and you have some Taurus energy here. So you could be dealing with a Leo, Pisces, or Taurus, or they have some of that in their chart, or you do predominantly, or it means nothing at all, but just wanted to mention it. Okay, so let's start with this beautiful first card here. Yes, Sagittarius, the Sun is your first card, okay? I love this for you, right? Since this is definitely, the end of the reading is more towards when the Sagittarius season starts, right? But it's a beautiful card regardless, right? From whenever it starts for you, because it could be more around this week already. It really just depends. But this is beautiful energy of enlightenment, youthful energy, creative energy, courageous energy, all the beautiful things, right? The sun, the enlightenment, is the brightest card in the deck, literally, okay? So this could be some energy that's kind of lingering around from the recent past here for you as well, okay? But you really only in this reading have one blockage that I see here for you, Sagittarius. So that's always nice when there's only one, right? So let's talk about that little blockage here for a moment. And I will be shifting around because I'm sitting on my legs and they have been falling asleep a little bit. So we'll see how it goes here, but as long as you can see the cards and hear me, that's the most important, right? So this is the blockage we were talking about, Sagittarius. This is your second card, the Five of Cups in the right side up position here. So this could be, you know, a little bit of some third party energy. It doesn't have to be, right, for some of you guys, right, with these three people here. But generally this card is about crying over spilled milk, right? Only focusing on the negative. So hopefully, yeah, you can see me a little better there. So for some of you guys, right, this could be energy that you find yourself in the middle of this week or already, right, since I'm filming this on Thursday. Or it's the energy of the person or people you're dealing with, their general environment situation. But, you know, all is needed, right, is to change your perspective when this card shows up and look at something from a different point of view, okay? So if he looks around, this king who spilled his 3 cups in the background, there's still 2 people here that want to help him. These are his children in this tarot deck, how it talks about them, right? So maybe the children want to help him and they're offering him, oh, you can have my cup, right? So not all is lost. It's just a change of perspective and having a more adult, realistic perspective of the positive and the negative, not just the negative. Now we're going to talk about it right now because this is where my spirit guides want me to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of this deck along with this card, your only blockage card, okay? So we have here, and this is past energy. You have the 5 of sacred circles in the right side up position and the 3 of cups in the reverse position. And it's talking about why this card might have come out here for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so in the recent past, and what is recent, you have to ask yourself that. It could be a couple of days ago, hours, weeks, minutes, months, years, etc. But there was some type of initiation period of wanting to look to go deeper within either you yourself or the other person or general environment, situation, or people, right? Of wanting to find out the deeper sides of life. Like that's a very Sagittarius, you know, quote unquote trait of the sage, right? The sage, that's Sagittarius, you are the wise one, right? And so you see in this card here, if you can see the detail, I don't want to get too close, it'll come out of focus here, but there's 2 women coming out of this Native American hut, right? And so one has this headdress kind of thing on and the other one is opening the door for her. So only somebody that has been, you know, gone through some type of rite of passage and being able to go through certain pains in their life is then able to help others. Okay, so you yourself could have been that to others, or you in the past were looking help with your own stuff to move forward and find some answers here. I just saw a bunny rabbit. So cute. There was a ladybug in the Capricorn reading and I just saw a bunny rabbit. So I'll have to look that up or remind myself what the bunny rabbit represents, but it was really cute. I wish I could have caught it on camera for you guys. But anyway, you know, when we talk about these 2 cards, right, this past energy in relationship to the 5 of Cups, you have also the 3 of Cups in the reverse position. And that's actually, you know, can be in the recent past. Again, there was some type of third-party situation, and I forgot to mention earlier, when you talk about a third-party situation, it can be you dealing with another person who's also dealing with another person, right? 3 people, third party, but it also doesn't have to be that. It could be you dealing with another person, and they have an addiction to overworking, which is affecting your relationship, or they have, they're being influenced by somebody else, but not necessarily, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean cheating all the time. So people always get like freaked out about that. It can be, but not for everybody, right? Excuse me. So anyway, when we go back to this 3 of Cups in reverse, you know, when it's in the right side up position, it also talks about some type of celebration. So there could have been in the recent past some type of celebration that was put on hold, didn't happen, or wasn't well received, or there was a general feeling of a lack of support, okay? And that could be why you have this Five of Cups in the right side up position of only focusing on the negative. If you don't feel like you have enough support and you're out here looking for answers and spiritual quests and deep wisdom, and you don't feel like you have enough support, of course it's going to be really hard to stay positive. All right, now this doesn't last for long, Sagittarius. Very good news. Literally your next card, the third card, is the Five of Staves in the right side up position. This card is all about a support system here. So you see these 4 Egyptian men, and they're working on some type of not archaeological, but architecture. They're working on building something here in Egypt, right? But they're all working on different pieces and they're working together. So this also talks about teamwork. But this energy of this card also speaks of not taking everything so seriously, right? Looking at things from not only a different perspective, but taking it like, okay, let's play, let's practice, let's plan for the future. Because in other decks, when you see the Five of Staves, also known as the Five of Wands, you see these guys fighting at first glance, but they're not actually fighting, they're play fighting, and they're practicing, and there's a scroll on the bottom, and there's a scroll here, okay? So it's almost like, let's do some manifestations, let's do some freeform writing, let's do brainstorming. That's really an energy of this card. So brainstorm with your support system, Sagittarius, okay? So really beautiful. All right, now I gotta shift my legs again. Okay, so I'm on the ground. Next time I'm gonna bring a pillow or something. Your fourth card here, Sagittarius, is the Moon card. This is that Pisces energy. Also, I forgot to say too that the Leo energy I mentioned earlier, and well, yeah, Leo, the sun, okay? Now, when this Moon card comes out here in that second week that we're talking about here for your reading, there could be some disillusions, but also the Moon is that Pisces energy, the dreamlike quality, creativity, right? But on the more negative side, it's getting confused with reality, what's real and what isn't real. So when I talk about the Moon card, I always like to bring up, you know, the coat hanger example. Like when you look at a coat hanger at night, it could look like a monster or a person, right, coming at you. But if you turn on the light, you see, oh, it's just a coat and a coat hanger. The coat is on the coat hanger, whatever. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you don't have enough information. You don't have enough light or wisdom about something. There's also this old Native American woman here at the bottom of the card. So that's, again, very similar to in the past, that kind of Sagittarius energy too, with the Five of Sacred Circles, of looking for answers and going deep spiritually within, looking for wisdom. Now going forward here, Sagittarius, you have the Nine of Staves in the right side up position. This always feels like a Sagittarius card to me. I don't know why, you know, but it's the Nine of Staves, right? So 9 almost being 10. So you could be in the middle of that second week, the middle of, not the middle of November, but it's not exact, right? Before November 23rd, right? Okay, but it could be before or after. And it's about taking a small break, okay? So you see this African man, he's also going through some type of rite of passage, and he's taking a little bit of a break before the next final battle, okay? But it is very abundant, right? And it is, speaking of slowly leveling up, about to level up in some way here, Sagittarius. So you yourself could be leveling up in a relationship, in a job, in a project, etc., or the person that you're dealing with, general environment situation, okay? But I love that card because it's just, I don't know, he's like chilling in the grass, I'm chilling in the grass. I don't know, I like it. Anyway, side note, going forward here, Sagittarius, I don't think you've had such a good reading in a long time, and hopefully this is really indicative of the Sagittarius season, right? We're about to come into your season at the end of this reading, kind of. So you have the Ace of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. This is such a beautiful card that speaks of abundance, right? Of new beginnings, of creativity, of passion and power. There's a little tiny buffalo here, and it took me a while after working with these cards to see all the details in the card, right? So what does the buffalo represent? That's that power, that passion, that raw energy, the size of him, right? The intimidation, but hopefully using it for positive things and having more abundance in your life. So really, really beautiful Sagittarius. Now I forgot, because I got excited about your reading, we're going to go back a little bit, it's all divine timing, to talk about the moon card again, right? When we talk about this moon card, we also, my spirit guides wanted me to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck here. Okay, this is again past energy and why maybe this card came out. So you have on the top the Hierophant, that's that Taurus energy we were talking about, and then you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Sacred Circles over here, right? But this is past energy and why this card came out. So in the recent past here, Sagittarius, there could have been a spiritual mentor, a guide, a priest, a teacher, right, that you looked up to for answers to help you with your mental stability, your mental clarity, your celebrations for the future, starting new projects, fertility, all these things that the Ace of Swords represents, okay? And so when this comes in, it could be, that maybe you don't want to have to go back to the spiritual teacher, guru, or mentor, or it could be vice versa, right? That you represent those things to other people. This could be your leadership role here with the Hierophant, okay? And when you help others, you end up getting more mental clarity for yourself and more fertility and more passion and growth. So when the moon card comes up, it could just be as simple as doing a little bit of both, right? When we go back real quickly to the Five of Staves, the playing, practicing with your support system, okay? So maybe not taking everything as seriously and able to ask for help, but also give help to others, right? All right, now going forward, let's talk about your tarot confirmation cards. And I'm going to shift my legs. It's cold out here too, guys. Like, it's like my feet. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about them in order. Okay, so you have as your first confirmation card the Four of Wands in the right side up position, the Page of Swords right side up, the Ten of Cups right side up, beautiful. And then you have an additional confirmation card just like Capricorn. This time Spirit also wanted me to take the King of Cups in the right side up position for you. So wow, I mean, they're all really positive, but we'll go in order here. I can't stand or sit like this though. Wait. Oh no, you can barely see me. Okay, you can kind of see me. All right, let's do it. So the cards are the most important as long as you can hear me, okay? And I'll try to move again when my legs come back after they fall asleep here. You have the Four of Wands in the right side up position here, Sagittarius. So this is past energy, and it's talking about celebrations. It's talking about coming to the end of a journey. Okay, and this could have been what facilitated this beautiful sun energy and then also the moon energy. And it's very back and forth, right? If you look at it like that, the sun and then the moon, the opposite kind of extremes here. So one is talking about enlightenment, aha moments, revelations, spiritual downloads, I finally understand something, creativity, passion, youthful energy, right? And then on the other hand, it also is very creative, but it's dreamy and it kind of gets confusing about what's real and what's not. So I like to look at it as if you can balance between the two, you can have more celebrations and move forward to the next step on your journey here, Sagittarius. Okay, now moving forward. Your second tarot confirmation card is the Page of Swords in the right side up position. So this is a page, right? It talks about communication, a small communication. What is a small communication? It could be a text message versus an actual phone call or a physical meeting, right? Just as an example. But when this Page of Swords comes in here in the recent past, he's also holding a scroll, right? That's the communication. So it's a little bit of slowdown of information too, because he's gotten off of his horse to contemplate whatever this communication is. It could be a communication that you gave to someone or someone gave to you in the recent past, and what is recent, ask yourself, right? Or it could have been a communication, signs from the universe for you, okay? But it is the start of something or a small communication. When it comes in here and it confirms the Five of Cups in the right side up position and the Nine of Staves in the right side up position here, Sagittarius, okay? This is basically saying that if there was some type of small communication in the recent past, don't let it take you completely negative, right? Maybe the communication wasn't something that you wanted to hear or they wanted to hear, or whatever, however it came through, right? But it is just a small communication, a small start of something. So don't let it go completely dark and negative. All right. So, and also, if this communication from the recent past is still kind of lingering around, and of course things do from the past, right, affect what we do in the current or future present moment. If it's something that you find yourself going negative, then take a break. Prepare for the next step of your journey of leveling up in some way. It's okay to take a break. Everybody has to do that sometimes. Okay. Now moving forward here, beautiful. Your third confirmation card is the Ten of Cups, right? All about abundance, emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, emotional priorities. So you see this happy couple in the foreground and kids in the background and the rainbows and all the beautiful cups, right? I mean, that is so nice. Who wouldn't want that? Especially when this is more future energy. Now when it's coming in here and it's confirming the Five of Staves in the right side up position, and I'm going to shift my legs again, hold on, and the Ace of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. Ten of Cups is confirming these two, right? So this is basically saying here, Sagittarius, the more that you can get this emotional fulfillment, satisfaction, emotional priorities, okay, or the person you're dealing with, the more that they get that, or the general environment situation gets that, the more that you can have and rely on your support system and do that playing and practicing and planning and brainstorming for the future, Sagittarius. And also, the more that you can get the emotional satisfaction, right? You hear all the geese back there, they're like, yeah, that's right, girl. The more you can have emotional fulfillment and have the buffalo spirit, right, of that raw power, the intimidation, but in a positive way, new beginnings, abundance, whatever you want to manifest in your life. Abundance isn't just money, right? It's whatever goals you have in your life. So however you find yourself in those options there, it's really beautiful energy, Sagittarius. Now going forward, remember we had an additional fourth confirmation card for you this time. Look at that. You have another Cups card. The King of Cups. Hold on one second. All the birds. Can you see the birds, guys? Can you see them? Oh, maybe you can't see them. That's okay. Anyway, they're beautiful. Bye, birdies. Okay. Bye, geese. Back to... really loud, hold on. We're going like little shifts, like airplanes. I was telling my friend that I thought I was crazy. I was like, and that's the 605 flight, and then the 610 flight. Okay, there's my Sagittarius goofy energy. All right, anyway, back to, yes. Back to your fourth confirmation card, another Cups card, the King of Cups in the right side up position. Look at how strong this guy is. He's got support. He's mastered his emotions. His throne is literally in the ocean, right? But he uses it for his benefit, just like we were talking about the intimidation. Use it for your benefit, not to manipulate others, right? But to have power and respect kind of energy. But anyway, he comes in here, he's super abundant, he's all about growth and prosperity, and there's a beautiful, peaceful energy to this card as well. So when it comes in here and confirms also those two last cards we just talked about, the Five of Staves in the right side up position, and also the Ace of Sacred Circles, also known as Ace of Pentacles in the right side up position. This is really beautiful energy, saying the same thing. The more that you get that emotional satisfaction, emotional fulfillment, emotional priorities, Sagittarius, you can have the support system, right? These three other people that are helping this one guy, that is the support behind his back. Like literally when people say, I got your back, I won't let you fall, right? Okay, so beautiful. And then when you come in here and have the King of Cups also talking about the Ace of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, It's like, yes, I want to be abundant. I want to move forward in the future. And I know that I can do that when I master my emotions and I rely on my support system. And so it's kind of similar messages, but so beautiful, Sagittarius. So yay, Sagittarius. All right, so now real quickly before we go and I lose all the light and my legs fall off and get stuck here, let's talk about your oracle cards. So your first one is really sweet. It says the High Lady of Love and Compassion, and it talks about reverence, respect, right, kindness and consideration. And you see this little fairy woman in the forest, and there's all these insects and fairies around her, and even the little bird. Okay, so yeah, if I had to put this with a card, we could definitely put it with the Hierophant, and we could also put it with the last one, the King of Cups, right? People respect the buffalo, they respect the king, they respect the teacher. Hopefully you better respect your teachers and your elders. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, like, they respect that power. They respect the years or effort that it put to get to that point, right? But also having kindness and consideration for others regardless of your status or where you find yourself, okay? So really nice though, Sagittarius. And where else are we at? Okay, now this is funny as hell, Sagittarius. Well, I found it funny. I tried to look at it in a funny way. Your love oracle message. You got 2 this time, and it's the same one you got last reading. And I was like, God damn, this fucking card keeps coming out. All right, but it is what it is. So your first love oracle message, sorry for cursing, but it be like that sometimes. Whether you're watching for romantic reasons or platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love, you got unrequited love. It says here, hold on, birds. Bye guys. All right. It says there is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. But you know what? What do they say? Rejection is God's protection, okay? Or the goddesses, or your angels, or whatever you want to say, okay? It's just a quote, okay? But yeah, I mean, it's funny that it came out again. It's probably a message that Spirit really wants Sagittarius to know about. So even though it's uncomfortable, it could be for a reason. You see this man kissing this woman's hand, right, in the royal court somewhere, and she's like looking in the other direction. She's like, has no interest whatsoever. So maybe it's for that guy's protection. Maybe if they had actually been together, again, whether it's romantic, friends or family, or even self-love, right, it could have made some disastrous it sounds like a dinosaur, all these birds, disastrous situation for both people, and you don't want to waste your time. So because it came out again and it was kind of a negative love message, I pulled another one. Beautiful, Sagittarius. You got calling in your soulmate. That's right, okay? So if there was some type of rejection or unrequited love, again, with friends or family, platonic love, or even self-love, different parts of yourself, or romantic love, you have your prayers, your affirmations, and your visualizations to help you bring you together closer to the person that you vibe with better, okay? Or different parts of yourself that are more healthy for you. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully you're able to laugh at it, because I was like, God damn. Alright, now your last oracle message here, Sagittarius. It's really funny. It's the spider. There was like a couple spiders in my blanket, and I don't really like spiders, and I kind of like shooed them away. I didn't kill them because they're outside, but I was like, nah, get off my tarot cards, you know? But it came out. So Capricorn had a ladybug on the camera, and I saw that rabbit earlier, but I was like, come on, spider. But they are beautiful. They eat the insects. They are the weavers of the universe. So many spiritual meanings. If you look it up, there's an African thing where each of the 8 legs means a different thing in women's power and fertility. So I'm trying to embrace the spider love. Anyway, it says for you here, Sagittarius, trust the creative spark. Okay, Sagittarius, sorry, the camera cut there. Anyway, the spider, right? It says, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. All right. So this really makes me think of the Five of Staves, also known as the Five of Wands, and that scroll. And I was talking about brainstorming with your support system, but also to support others and bring out the Taurus energy, the spiritual teacher, the guru, the priest, right? All right. So you can also look up, if you're interested, excuse me, sorry, the spiritual significance of the spider symbolism and what it means. You can look up spider magic and how you could incorporate it into this time period or even beyond if you want to. All right, but definitely yes, right on the bell there. That is your reading, Sagittarius. So hopefully you got something from it, and I hope these really good things happen for you here. So always feel free to let me know in the comments down below if that is, sorry, I'm going to shift my legs again, if that is something you feel comfortable doing. But if not, that's okay too. So happy early birthday to you, all you Sagittariuses out there, for at the end of this reading, right? And yeah, thank you for your views, for your shares, for your likes, for your subscriptions, which is free, by the way. It just notifies you when I put out new videos. It really does help support my channel and gets the message to more people. So however you want to show your support, you can do it in 3 ways as well, not just getting like personal readings or candles that I also have, okay? But yes, anyway, guys, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.